Shout out Sniper T on the beat.
Tamara to the break of dawn is on the rise, with life on the forefront of the mind. So line for line, you can ride this brain train and you can change your station without even touching the dial. So relax, stay a little bit, but listen for a while. And whether you're bumping this in the whip or in a business fit, it's a meeting you won't want to miss. A meeting for a meal to feed the soul with words for the mind. So sit back, enjoy the ride. Time to take off, it's time to fly. Cause Tamara till the break of dawn is on the rise.
Hey, y'all. It's me, Tamara. Yes. Thank you so much for tuning in. Welcome to the show. Let's just go ahead and get into it, y'all. I am feeling way better than I was last week, as you could probably tell by the way that I started this show. And it's really interesting. If you didn't hear last week's episode, I talked about the panic attack that I had. Now, I have never had a panic attack prior to this. And what happened in the aftermath of it was I was experiencing so much fear. Like, am I going to have another panic attack? Especially the next time I went to the gym after the panic attack. And then just fearful out of nowhere so often. And then it just got to this point where I just felt like I was in this hole and things just felt very hopeless and I just did not feel right. And I'm someone who is pretty in tune with how I feel. So when I feel off, I know, and I usually will try to get to the root of whatever it is. And it was just wild because I just felt so much fear, so much anxiety. And yeah, but let's get into the fear part real quick, because fear is defined as a distressing emotion aroused by impending danger, evil, pain, etc. Whether the threat is real or imagined, the feeling or condition of being afraid. Now, the part where it says whether the threat is real or imagined is really, really wild, because as I've really kind of tried to dive into what was I feeling, what was going on, what is going on, and mainly because I am not someone who has panic attacks. Like I said last week, I think if this had been something that I had experienced earlier in life, and who knows, maybe I'm not viewing this correctly. I don't know, but this is where I'm at. And it's also really interesting. Shout out to all the people that I posted about it on Facebook. I really hesitated because I knew I would get so many opinions, so many thoughts on why people, are telling me I probably had the panic attack and all that. And I didn't really feel like dealing with that. But I really felt like because of the revelation that the Lord gave me throughout all of it, I was supposed to share. It's the same reason why I share stuff on my show, so that people don't feel alone or whatever, especially me being someone who's full-time in ministry, because a lot of what I do just in general is geared towards like leading content shoots, or we have the daily Bible reading thing I told y'all about, Self-Fed 365, and people see that I'm the one who that comes from every day because I'm one that creates the posts for it. And I actually do a lot with it, with like video editing and posting it on social media. And then there is just the ways that now I'm running our social media and just being really intentional about posting things that are going to be encouraging or uplifting or even minister to our followers. And so it's really interesting because people, and I've always known this in every sort of job that I've had, just because of the type of work that I've done, people will have this perception on your life and just think you don't go through stuff, or I've often been told you're so strong and whatever. And so that's honestly why I'm really transparent about stuff that I go through, because I struggle just like everyone else. You know what I mean? And it's not even that I'm strong. I just really, really depend on the Lord in ways that I didn't used to. And so it appears as strength, and it's just not my strength, right? And so, anyways, I posted about it, whatever. Okay, cool. So, anyways, in the aftermath of the panic attack, I have really just been like, okay, what is going on? What was going on? What are the things that are stressors for me? What are the things that cause me anxiety, right? Because, like I said, again, I could be not viewing this correctly, but all I know is I'm going to tell you what I did, and I'm going to tell you what the result was. And that's all I have to go off of, right? Because let some people tell it, I'm about to go through menopause, I need to see a therapist, and all these other things. Like, I got DMs and all this stuff. And like, shout out, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of like only God really knows what caused that, right? And so one of the things that I've really started thinking about is all of a sudden, and it started that week. So this started on Monday. I just started getting so much fear, unwarranted, and so much anxiety related to the person that I have feelings for. Now, it wasn't because he did anything, so it wasn't like that. But y'all remember, I've been like, I really just want to know either way. And I put this like pressure on myself of, I have to have this figured out by my birthday, even if it's not. I don't want to go into this new year of my life, not knowing and this, that, and the other. And I'm going to say something by my birthday or before my birthday, right? Like, this is the pressure that I put on myself. And if I'm honest, I honestly think that may be what caused the panic attack, because that's the only thing in my life that just all of a sudden I had so much fear and so much anxiety. And I still want to know, don't get me wrong, but I think I just put too much pressure on myself. And then by having this due date that I established, then it just put all this anxiety on me. And as I've just really kind of just dove deeper into everything leading up to that, and even everything after that, where I still was experiencing like fear and anxiety, I kind of think that's what it might have been related to. Again, I could be totally wrong, but what I will tell you is this fear that I was experiencing went on for days after the panic attack. And it got to this point where I was just really, really struggling. Like, no matter what was going on or no matter what I was doing, I mean, I remember being on a work meeting and just feeling all this fear and anxiety. Mind you, this is a meeting that, there was nothing that should have caused fear or anxiety or anything like that. And so, if I'm honest, work is honestly one of the places that kind of makes sense, just because of the way that things have shifted. And so what I know is I was on this work meeting. It was the last work meeting of the day. And I just started feeling really, really fearful. And I just remember kind of praying to myself. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, I just was reminded of the scripture that talks about how perfect love casts out fear. And so I just told myself, Lord, your love casts out fear. So, Lord, surround me with your love, fill me afresh with your love. And all I know is that me doing that and saying that prayer, all the fear and all the anxiety that I was feeling in that moment, I no longer felt. So that's all I know. And I know that since then, not every day, not every moment, whatever. Well, actually, yes, every day, but not every moment, and not as intense that it was prior to me saying that. When I start to get anxious or fearful again, prime example, we had a leadership night on Thursday, and I was facilitating the leadership night teaching about time management and capacity management, or managing your capacity. Here's the thing. I've talked and taught about stuff like this many, many times, but I am someone who does get nervous with public speaking, but I just started feeling like fearful above and beyond what's pretty normal for public speaking. So again, I said that same thing and I felt at peace. And just other times when I felt a little bit, even just anxious. So it doesn't have to be to the level that it was, but even just feeling a little bit of anxious, a little bit of fear, a little bit of whatever. As I've prayed that prayer, that has been the weapon that has helped me to fight my fear. Now, granted, there are people, and I maybe should have prefaced with this from jump. I did preface with this when I posted on social media. There are people who really have like mental health issues and need to have meds and therapy and all that stuff. But this is not what that is. I'm just confident in that, just based on the fact that the prayer that I pray is what brought about freedom and stuff like that. So yeah, this is going to be a shorter episode, but I just wanted to update y'all on how I'm doing, because I definitely, brought that up last week. And so, wanted to let y'all know that I am doing better. I have figured out a way to basically combat the fear and anxiety that I was feeling. And yeah, so as always, make sure that you are taking care of yourself mentally, make sure that you are taking care of yourself emotionally, spiritually, physically, all the things. I'm very proud that I have been even more consistent with my workout journey than I was before. And that's really due to having accountability. Like, even when I'm going to walk, it's like, hey, I'm going to do this today. And I tell him on purpose, because then when I think about I don't want to do it, I then think about, do I want to have to go back and tell this person that I didn't do it? Because I even send screenshots of my Apple Watch workout stuff just as accountability. Now, granted, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to tell you if I'm not going to do it, but I don't even want to have to do that. So it is really just like yesterday was a day. Normally I work out in the morning. I ended up going to the 5:30 class because I got a nail in my tire and I went to try to get it fixed. They can't fix it because of where the nail's at. So then there was just some stress trying to figure out the whole tire situation, because you can only ride with a donut for so long. And so I just kept pushing back when I was going to go to this class. And then finally I was just like, okay, 5:30 is the latest they have class on Fridays. I have to go to this. And I'm so glad I did, because one of the things I love about CrossFit, it blows my mind how this happens, but like, so we don't do jump rope every day. We don't do ab mat sit-ups every day, but we do lots of different workouts that work different muscles that maybe are used for those typical that maybe are used for those type of workouts. And the reason why I say that is because yesterday when I did the jump rope, single under, not double under, but still, when I did that and when I did the ab mat sit-ups, I saw improvement from the last time I did that. So yeah, it's really cool how that all works together. So I am proud that regardless of, the stuff that I've maybe struggled with, that has been a priority. So yeah, that's all I got for y'all this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love y'all so much, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.
Ladies and gents, this concludes transmission. Tune in next time for a whole new edition. Another adventure and mission to share, be heard, and clarify the vision of this whole new world for